Right. Welcome everybody back to Spitball and Sports Podcast. I'm John and my good friend and co-host Scott. Scott, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not bad. Can't believe it. Football goes so fast, right? I mean, before you know it,
I
it's
can't even believe this season. Even with the extended week of the season,
yeah,
I still can't believe it's already almost over with.
yeah.
But you know what? Now at the extended season, it's going to come back so fast.
Oh my God,
Well,
yeah.
it's pretty much 20. It's
It's
pretty much
all right.
around at this point.
Well, yeah,
It's
because when it ends
time
and
to
we
me.
start getting into other sports, there's always football
Well,
because the draft is coming.
now here's when all the drama's going to start. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers watch for Jesus Christ. We're
Right.
going to get buried with that again for probably about a month.
Brady,
Oh,
the Bears.
I think Brady. What do you think?
Brady,
Come back?
I wouldn't want him. If I'm a
That's a
team,
lot of money at
I
five.
don't
That
think
contract at Fox.
I just don't see him like Aaron Rodgers is at a different place. Like I think Aaron Rodgers can still.
Oh yeah, well, especially age wise, and he's not married or fat kids or anything, so he's really
See, I
Aaron
don't know.
Rodgers is like a nomad. He could pretty much go wherever, really.
Maybe it is with Brady. I don't really know because that team was so messed up, and I don't know. It just looked really bad to me. He
I
looked.
think a lot of it had to do with that time he took off at the beginning of the season, man.
He's
I
gonna
think
come
there was
back.
a little bit of a little
Yeah.
crater started with the trustworthiness of the team and just knowing that a guy's going to be there. I mean, come on, dude, that he missed a lot of time.
Yeah, he
Guys
did.
get angry about this. I don't care who Tom Brady is. They know he's the greatest. In a locker room, you know how it is, dude. When you're at work
Yeah,
and that one dude just gets to do everything. Yeah, I know he's great, but come on, dude.
you're right.
You know what I mean? He missed really precious time with those guys.
He did, and that
And
team.
it shows. It affected him.
Yeah, they shouldn't even have been. Well, we'll get into them later. But now, today, we're lucky. We were able to get a guest, and our
Yes.
guest is from the Niagara. He covers the Buffalo Bills from the Niagara Gazette, the Lockport's Union Sun and Journal. I hope I said that right. And all around good guy, our friend Nick Sabato. Hey, Nick.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey, Nick, how are you, buddy?
Good.
Going all right, man. Going okay. So big one this week, right? I mean, I mean, this is what everyone's been waiting for, I think. Buffalo, Cincinnati, here in Buffalo. What are your thoughts? Let me get that first out of the way, Nick. What are your thoughts going into this game and obviously covering it from the Bills angle?
I think if people are hoping to ease their anxiety by the end of the first quarter, it's probably not the week. I think it's going to be a pretty close game, and there's some similarities, right? Beyond Allen and beyond Burrow, the Bengals offensive line is beat up. The Bills offensive line struggled last week, struggled to pick up the blitz last week. So, I think it's going to be a game in the 20s. That's my opinion.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Nick, how much have they been struggling? How long is that struggle against the blitz been? Has that been an all-season thing?
It's
Seem like it's kind of upticked lately?
It's been a work in progress all season. I mean, they had some ins and outs with the offensive line. Mitch Morse being out of the lineup was tough. The couple games he was out. They struggled obviously in that Patriots game when Dawkins was out. It's just been Spencer Brown's had a tough year. He's had a tough year on the edge, and I think they're going to have to look at kind of upgrading things a little bit next year, especially in the interior.
I want to ask you, Nick, and this is something that Scott. Scott. You may were going to ask this, but this is something that we talk about a lot because the Bills do come up on. Even though this isn't, this is just an NFL, basically it's all around sports thing. We talk about the Bills. Well, how can't you? They're one of the best teams in the league. What about play calling? How do you feel about the offensive coordinator? Anything that you see there that should change, maybe, or how do you feel about him?
I think Ken Dorsey. Okay. He gives you a lot of when he speaks with the media, he kind of gives you some pretty long-winded and well thought out answers, and I think his offense is kind of similar at times. He's I think at times they need to get away from the game plan. They need to adjust a little bit throughout the game. I think sometimes they have problems coming off the game plan, but overall, I mean, I don't think the receiving core is what we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the year. I think everybody thought that was going to be a pretty big strong point and deep, and it just hasn't been. And some of the other stuff they rely a lot on RPOs, and it's an RPO game now. That's what football is, and sometimes that's good and sometimes it's not. But overall, I don't know that. I mean, when things are going bad, you blame the play caller, right? That's kind of how football goes, no matter the level. But I think when it comes down to it, more often than not, it's a player's deal, and you have to execute. And you look at it, what are they, fourth in the league in scoring, almost 30 points a game? I don't think that's a huge deal to me.
Nick, now something that has driven me nuts, honestly, since they acquired the guy, and I just don't understand why they don't use him, is Nyheim Hines. Like, why is it that Buffalo never throws a screen pass? Like, I don't even know that I've even seen one. I don't even know when the last time they threw a screen pass. If they ran one this weekend, I was at the game, I didn't see it. But they don't ever throw screen passes, and they have a guy like Nyheim Hines who that's exactly what he is. Now, I know he's their returner, but I mean, that's exactly what he was in Indianapolis. He was that kind of a guy. I just don't understand. I really thought they were going to utilize him a little bit more. I'm glad to see he's going out there on the field and they are mixing him in here and there. But with how fast that guy is, I just so thought they were going to use him more as a gadget guy than they do.
Yeah, that's been the interesting thing, right? It hasn't been what everyone anticipated he was going to be. Everybody thought he was going to be in and right away. And some of that obviously is right around the time that they traded for him. James Cook started to percolating a little bit. And they love Devin Singletary. He's a really good guy to pick up the blitz, and he's really good at, he's not going to get you that 35, 40-yard run, but he's going to turn a 2-yard run into a 5-yard run, or he's going to turn a loss into, 1 or 2 yards. As far as the screen game, I think they ran some outside screens with, I think the touchdown to Beasley was an outside screen, but historically the Bills have not been a very good screen team. Now, how that translates to this year, I mean, it's a tough question, because obviously, right, that's a blitz beater. A screen is a blitz beater. That's a thing to pick up the blitz. That one I don't know. I just
always think Nyheim Hines, like, that's like he's perfect. That's like he's perfectly suited for that role, right?
Yeah,
here and there to dash it in once in a while.
I don't know if he just hasn't mixed into the offense the way they anticipated him doing so, or it's been James Cook. It's tough to get Singletary, Cook, and Hines all game time, or one of the things I've considered and it's purely speculation is, do they not think that they're going to be able to re-sign Devin Singletary for the price that makes sense? And, next year is Cook and Hines rather than, Cook and Singletary.
Yeah,
that's purely speculation, though.
No. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Wow, I didn't even think about that, but that is a possibility, because Singletary isn't like a glitz and glamour name kind of a guy, but he's proven he gives you the point. I mean, he gets you yardage when you need it.
He's not going to command a huge number in free agency, but when you look at the Bills roster, they're getting to that point where, okay, who are we going to bring back? Who can we afford to bring back? You're going to have to look at paying Gabe Davis in the future. You're going to have to more presently Tremaine Edmonds. And I think he's going to command a pretty hefty tag in the offseason. And, I think that's a guy that they'd like to bring back. I don't know if they will, but they're going to need the money to do it. And if they do, does that mean they don't bring back Devin Singletary?
Well, because I'll tell you guys, James Cook has been pretty impressive. I mean, the other day against Miami, there was a couple runs he had. He looked a little bit like his brother. Everyone should be excited about that guy.
Well, you've seen him a lot. You watched him a lot in college, didn't you?
Yeah. No, he was awfully good. I mean, yeah.
He was kind of mixed in with a bunch of other guys, right?
Yes. But I tell you, the other day, he just looked – I always had thought about Buffalo, and I've said it to Scott. If they ever – and I think they have it. If they have a running game they're going to be trouble. And I almost think they have that ability right now, if they wanted to run it 20 times. And
that's always been. I was kind of on that bandwagon really early in the season. It's never been whether or not they could run the ball; it's whether or not they wanted to run the ball. And I mean, you look at their yards per carry. I think Singletary and Cook are both over 4.5 yards a carry. Obviously, I think the Bills are still number one in the league in yards per carry. Obviously, Allen brings that up a little bit, but they can run the ball when they want to run the ball. That's not a problem. It's, do they want to? How often do you want to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands is the question.
Now, the last game, obviously, with Cincinnati, DeMar Hamlin's horrible situation. Thank God he's doing great now. As that game was progressing, it was 7-3 Cincinnati. Cincinnati was kind of driving the ball. It appeared as though the Bills were having a real hard time with the wide receivers. What do you think this week? I mean, I know we got to see how the three offensive linemen play. But Burrow gets rid of the ball quick. That's one thing he does do. He's learned to do that because their offensive line's been bad, it seems like, even last year.
Yeah, his whole life. His whole time there.
So what do you envision, like, as far as defensively for the Buffalo Bills this week? Because, of course, man, Cincinnati has a lot.
Yeah, they have a lot. I think they have what we thought the Bills would have, right? They're I think top to bottom have the most explosive receiving core, running backs, tight end in the NFL. And I think Burrow gets rid of the ball. I think he's got the second quickest snap to throw time in the NFL. Well, I think Brady was number one. That might have been more out of necessity than the old Tom Brady.
Right.
So it's going to be, can the Bills extend plays long enough to make him get off his spot? I don't, we look at the sacks and, Burrow has obviously been sacked a lot in his career, not so much since, during their winning streak, but can they get him off their spot? Can they fool him pre-snap? Because the Bills are very good at that. They're going to have to do some gimmick things. I mean, the Bengals are going to get their yards, and the question will become, can they trade touchdowns for field goals? That'll be the big question. Can the Bills condense the field in the red zone and start to get those field goals? I think, if you're a Bills fan and the Bengals are going downfield, I don't see that. It's going to be frustrating, I'm sure, but I don't see it as a big problem. It's when they get in the red zone, are they scoring touchdowns rather than kicking field goals? If you're kicking field goals, great.
Great. Win. Kick field goals.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen the lack of production, obviously, since Von Miller left. And my point is, obviously, with those three down offensive linemen, it should be for any team in the league, really, it's for the starters, time to feast. But I don't know if we're going to actually see that on Sunday due to the lack of, it seems like, any real good constant, like steady pressure out of the defensive line with the Bills. My question is this, and because I know how much it's dropped off, I heard the percentages and all that since Von's been gone. We've now got like three of these guys we've drafted. Who is developing these players? That's because it doesn't, is it their development or is it these guys? Because it's starting to seem like it's the development more than it's the players for some reason. Just because of lack of results, right?
I think behind developing a great quarterback, it's probably pass rushers, the second toughest thing that you're going to try to develop. And they've taken some swings, right? Rousseau, who I think is going to be very, very good. And we're starting to see that right now. But AJ Epinesa was a second rounder. Boogie Basham is a second rounder. And they're adequate players. They're good rotation guys, but are they guys where you think that they're, when Von's time is over, are they going to be that number two guy opposite Greg Rousseau? And right now the answer is probably no. But they're adequate players. It's a tough call.
Think they're going to get any kind of pressure on him tomorrow, these guys?
So what's interesting?
Sunday, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what's interesting about the Bills is the sacks have gone down with the front four since Vaughn has left. But quarterback hits, and quarterback hurries have gone up among the front four. So that's interesting. So they're getting pressure. They're not bringing the quarterback down, but they're getting him off his spot, making him uncomfortable, which sometimes is more important. Can you get Burrow to hold on the ball? I mean, Ed Oliver, I spoke to Ed Oliver the other day, and he talked about getting Burrow to scramble a little bit. If he scrambles, there's less likelihood that he's going to have his eyes downfield. He's going to look for a hole to escape, or think about the guy who's chasing him, and maybe that translates into a throw you don't want him to make. And he's, he can either make a big play on those situations, which I think everybody who watches football has seen, or he can throw a pass that is, not a great pass. That's a turnover worthy pass. So I think they can get him off his spot. Whether they can get to him, we'll see.
I wanted to ask you this. Besides, we know the offensive line for the Bengals, obviously the two quarterbacks who are very, not in the stature, but I think in mentality, they're kind of the same. They both think their arm can just go through a wall. They can do whatever. Both those guys have that, which is great because that's what you want. Who on either side, in your mind, Nick, would be like an X factor? Is there anything like for the Bills, for the Bengals that you could see, a guy that maybe we're not thinking of? It's not, anybody that you can think of.
Well, maybe I think it's Josh Allen, and not so much Josh Allen, the passer. Like, I know everybody. Okay, the interceptions. But Joe Burrow throws interceptions too. Patrick Mahomes throws interceptions too. That's kind of where we are in the NFL right now. You look at the top interception guys in the NFL. All three of those guys are up there, and I think those are probably the best three quarterbacks in the NFL. But what we haven't seen recently, and really a lot since he got injured, was Josh Allen, the runner. And the weather is supposed to be a little iffy this weekend, and we've seen in big games the Bills will let Josh cook and let him be who he is and kind of wheel and deal. And I think that's when he's at his best.
Do you mean him just extending plays, or do you mean the lack
plays
of the quarterback? Quarterback plays.
Maybe he keeps the ball. Maybe he keeps the ball a little more often on some of those read plays, or they run a few more quarterback draws. That's what we saw from Brian Daboll last year in big games. We think of the Tampa Bay game.
You see it right now with the Giants.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly it looks like the Bills offense from last year almost, the way that he's got them, Daniel Jones running around. It's like it's pretty cool to watch. But
I think there were times last year, even with Brian Daboll, where you say, okay, they drafted this guy for a reason, let him be that guy. And sometimes they didn't. I think they tried to preserve him as long as they could. Is this the game they kind of turn him loose? Because, when they do, I don't know that there's a better quarterback in the NFL all around. There's Patrick Mahomes does some wild stuff, and he's maybe more of a precision passer, but there's no sheer force at quarterback like Josh Allen when they just turn him loose.
Never seen anything like that guy.
Because when he does start to run, and we watched Miami do it, then you got to get someone to spy on him, which is great. And then I'm sure all around when you got one guy having to watch the quarterback, because without that, he does damage. You're right.
When you spy him and you go to hit him, he punishes you. Or he face plants you, makes you look like an idiot. He jumps over you. I've never seen anything like the guy before. I'm glad he's my quarterback. I love it. I it's great. I don't want him to get killed. But.
And you saw last week he couldn't get loose very much on scrambles.
Yeah.
But they didn't. There weren't any quarterback powers. The play that they just killed everyone with last year was that quarterback sweep.
Right.
I think he ran it. That was the first hurdle, I think, last year in Tennessee, where they ran that quarterback sweep, and then he ran it again in Kansas City was the other hurdle, and they ran it to death against the Falcons, and we just haven't seen that very much at all this year. I think you probably don't need to take your shoes and socks off to count the amount of times they've run it. eventually you'd think that they're going to go back to that because it was so successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. One more thing I got to ask you, and this is probably because of his injury. Tre'Davious White doesn't look the same.
No.
He looks pretty. He doesn't look really that good. And I know this week will probably be a real test for him. It's just the injury, right, Nick? I imagine next year will be the year where he's back to his old self.
Yeah, Leslie Frazier has talked about that a lot. Is that we're probably, with an ACL, we're probably not going to see Tre'Davious White, the All-Pro, until next year, and that makes sense. And even it seemed like there was some hesitancy even on his end on coming back. I mean, he took a while to come back even after they activated him from IR, and I assume there's a reason for that. He hasn't talked very much this year to the media, so it's tough to get inside his head. But yeah, last week, I mean, he made some plays, and obviously, when you're playing, Tyreek Hill is maybe the most unique receiver in NFL history. There's just been, you want to talk about me? Okay, Bob Hayes, probably the fastest guy to ever play in the NFL. Tyreek Hill, I don't know that there's ever been a guy with the ball faster than Tyreek Hill. And, asking him to guard him one-on-one on a go route, that's tough. Jalen Waddle is also fast. That's tough. But there were times where he was beat. He was cooked. And that's tough to see out of a guy like Trey White because you're so used to him just being the guy that people don't want to throw at. And I think he'll get back to it. But this year, I mean, this week might be actually a better matchup than last week for him because of that speed. They talked about that last week, is that the Dolphins were one of the toughest matchups for them because of that speed from Hill and Waddle, and you're not going to see that this week. The Bengals, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, as good as they are, they have among the lowest separation rate in the NFL. So they're catching a lot of balls in tight windows. So that might be, more in his alley. Can he get his hands on some balls? Can he body some guys? And, that might be more his game.
So,
Nick, what's your prediction, buddy?
That's what I want to get. Do you give a predict? Will you give one?
I picked the Bills.
Yeah, score.
We don't do the score. That's tough. I will say.
Well, you don't have to, but you can.
We'll say 27, 24, 27, 23, somewhere in that range, I think.
Well, Nick, I thank you for joining us, man. I'm glad you hung with us for a little while. Love talking football. I'm glad you were able to join us, and hopefully again next time I'll reach out and we can do it again.
Yeah, guys, anytime.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care, Nick.
All right.
So that's Nick Sabato from the Niagara Gazette, Lockport Sun and Journal, Union Sun and Journal, and he is the Buffalo Bills beat reporter for them.
That was awesome.
Yeah, nice guy. Why don't we take our break now so we can come back and run down the remainder
money, baby.
All the games. Yes, start trying to make some cash. We will be back.
People listened to me last week.
Yeah, we had a good week.
Money.
Our podcast had a decent week last week.
Yes, sir.
Where am I? I got to find there we go. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
All right, welcome back.
Did that thing just say? Did that just say what I thought it said?
Yeah,
I don't
it
have
did.
my glasses off. I'm like, what did that thing say?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did what it did. Yeah, that's a normal the Niagara action
Oh,
thing.
that was awesome.
Yeah, them bastards, fucking scumbags that they are. They can go fuck themselves.
Watch out! I love it.
Yeah. I'd love for them to come on here. I would.
Oh yeah,
love.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah, piece of
Get away
garbage.
from me. Go.
Anyway, sorry for
Okay,
that.
long enough. Take that dog and get her out of here.
Let's do this before I forget, and I always do. And there we are against the spread. We had a good week last week. We are up to 52% now. We had a hell of a week last week. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. All right. Very good. I'm glad you're with us.
You know what we should do when we get to this point? We should look at the playoffs as different as far as our score.
Maybe we will. Maybe
so what were we for this last week of the playoffs? How many games? We only lost one game, right?
That would be too hard for you to. We have so many games. We'll have to.
Myself personally, and when I gambled on, I gambled on a bunch of other stuff like prop bets and stuff. But I bet every game, and I picked Minnesota, or I picked the Giants to win. I picked the Jaguars to win, money line, of course, which was beautiful thing.
Beautiful, yeah.
You know what that money line was at halftime?
No.
My wife showed it to me, and she was like, "You should bet it." And I was like, "I'll take them with the points. I don't know that they'll come back and win." I said, "But because I had to go to bed, I had to get up at 5 the next morning, so I didn't even watch the rest of the game." My wife came busting into the bedroom and like, "You believe they won? Holy shit!"
Oh yes, I did. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because before I went to bed, she was like, because I got her into doing like FanDuel, so she took the free money. She was just using that, and she's telling me because she doesn't know anything about football, and she's like, "Should I do it?" Like the whole guy, I'm like, "You're like a junkie." In the first game we got on here, like, or no, she won money in the first one, and then we were doing it in the second one, and she's like, "I think this is a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, but do you know how high those odds are high? Because the odds of it happening are like, it probably won't." And it was high, dude. I think it was like plus 4,800 or something like that. It went up. It went up a lot.
It was nuts. Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? I took him at plus 21.5 points again. I already had him on the money line, but I put a chunk of money on him that I had won, and then I just went to bed. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even need the 21 points.
Unbelievable. Do you have something real quick?
Yeah, 21-11 we were last.
Oh, it's a podcast. Nice. 21-11. Beautiful. There you go.
Money on that. More than just money, baby. We were in the green.
Right. 21-11. All right. Well, why don't we start out? Why don't we start out with
the green, whatever. Oh, we want to say hi to the Netherlands, right?
Oh yes, there is
the Netherlands. That's right.
Yeah, that was wild today. When I put out on Twitter that Nick Sabato was going to be on, those guys retweeted it and said how much they love watching the podcast. So that's cool.
That's awesome. Really nice. That is awesome. Yep. Well, we love that. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So let's go to the tomorrow divisional round. 4:30.
I'm going to give some prop bets in here too, if you don't
mind. Yeah, I think we got some. Let's start with Jacksonville at Kansas City. We're having Kansas City at -9 over under 53. Now, I mean, for me, I got the best prop bet. I think
9 now. I last I saw it was 8.5. It's up to 9.
I got 9. We have 9. I love Travis Kelce to have over all the yards, over all whatever it is, whatever the over is, he'll have it. Jacksonville just can't.
Kelce is over 6.5 receptions and over 78.5 receiving yards.
Jacksonville
and then I've got him for an anytime.
I got him at 8.5 too.
You still got him at 8.5?
Well, I'd like to have that half point, but yeah, usually I'm a half point above you guys, but no, I got him because you use what? I'm on FanDuel. What are you on?
DraftKings.
Oh, okay.
So I know Jacksonville can't stop a tight end. They haven't done it all year. Just go back and look at it.
Yeah.
And this is going to be where, last week was Cinderella. I mean, holy cow. And also, behind every great comeback is also a great collapse. So you also watch that and against a team that's not that good. Tennessee just isn't good. And
exactly.
The quarterback that was playing was just And I just think that was a great time for them, and it was good for them. That's good in the building process for Jacksonville. Yeah. I think this week is the time where they're gonna. I think they kind of get a beating this week. I
think so. I myself don't. I like the spread. I like the points. Yeah, I do.
I never usually.
I already had a thing for Jacksonville from paying more attention to Trevor Lawrence's play. I really like that kid, man. I think that kid's got some serious.
I like him.
I was so impressed because I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
My wife looked at me and she's like, and this is my exact conversation with her before I went to bed and we made the bet and everything. And she said, now, mind you, I had the plus 21.5 points. I was not doing money line.
Right.
And she said, and she was telling me these odds are so high. These odds are so high. And I said, look at that kid. I guarantee you. Now, I didn't see his face or anything like that, but I said, he just threw his 4th interception. He is shook to shit. He has got to be shook. There's no doubt he has got 4 interceptions in a playoff game. You're shook.
Sure.
And he proved me wrong, dude. He went in that locker room, ate that orange, took a leak, came out,
and
bam.
That's what I don't know which guy's going to show up. I guess that's my thing. I don't know.
They played close last. I guess they only lost by 10 last time. I think they lost by 10 points. I think they're going to keep it close myself.
I like the points too.
That's a lot of points, John, for the playoffs.
It is a lot of points, and I just don't have the faith in the Chiefs being the Chiefs of old, where they're going to just light it up and score all these points.
I kind of don't think they need to be the Chiefs of old to beat this team. I think this team's a little way overrated and out of control at Jacksonville. I think this is, I mean, they're good and they're making steps, but they're not that good. I mean, I think to lose by 10 isn't a real stretch. To watch them win the game, if they win 30-20, is that a bad game for Jacksonville, really? I mean, that would be a decent ball game. I mean,
they're more competitive this year, man. I really think they're going to keep it closer than that. I really don't think they're going to get a drubbing. I honestly don't.
So you guys like Jacksonville with the points, whatever the points are.
He reminds me of a quieter Joe Burrow. Like, that kid doesn't even talk.
No.
That kid's just like dead inside. So I don't think the stadium screaming and shit, I really don't think that's even going to bother him.
Yeah, I don't think it does either.
I
agree.
Kind of monotone, right? So I take that out of it. That doesn't give me any kind of edge to the Chiefs because I don't really think he's going to care. And straight up playing, he's definitely not going to outplay Patrick Mahomes, but I just don't think he's going to get buried. I don't think they're going to get buried. I mean, we can agree to disagree, but I just think Peterson's got them coached up better than that. And I think this is a stepping stone for them, just like it was for the Bills, just like it was for the Bengals. Well, even they luckily made it to the bowl through the easiest playoff games ever. But anyway, opponents ever. But I digress.
Right. No.
I don't think it's going to be a beating myself.
In addition to
what do you have
to the Travis Kelce props, which, like you said, definitely everything you can do with Kelce over. I also like Lawrence under 15.5 rushing yards. I think the toe is bothering him. He was limited in practice. Even though he's going to play, they called him questionable. The last 2 or 3 games since the toe's been bothering him.
He's not running.
Yeah, he hasn't really been running.
Use his arm.
I like that under.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's a good idea. I got a 4-legger on this for you. You ready?
You ready for this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, dude, we're not going to be able to do any of this. So there's only a couple weeks left of this.
Yeah, no, we're going to win.
I'm giving you these things that I'm definitely betting.
Yep.
Ready?
We're playing them.
It's going to be Kansas City money line. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown scorer. Patrick Mahomes, over 2.5 touchdowns passing. And Trevor Lawrence to have over 1.5 touchdowns passing.
I like that. That's actually really good. That's a nice. We'll be playing that.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to take one and not put a ton of money on it, but I'm going to also add in, because you can just add it in with that. It is a little bit stupid, but I did it last week. That's why I was like, you can bet anytime touchdown scorer and that same player, 2+ touchdown scorer in the same parlay, and it actually pays pretty good. I've been doing it for a little while now, for a few weeks. On the guys that I know. Now, Kelce isn't a guarantee because there's been a bunch of games recently that he hasn't scored. But I think, like you said, the whole tight end thing. I'm going to throw a Travis Kelce 2 touchdown scorer in there and throw maybe $5 on it. $5 might win you. I don't know what it would win you. I don't know how much that would make the odds go up because that's like plus 478, that one I just gave you guys. So I don't know what it'll be from that. I love this. This is a great parlay. Sorry, I didn't just do this myself. I got this off FanDuel. This is one that's on there, and I love it. I don't normally bet them. They're pre-made.
I like it.
But I love it. I'm like, I would actually probably pick that myself.
I like it. That's very doable, easily.
Right.
I like it. It's nothing crazy. Like the other night,
like I said, you throw Travis Kelce as a 2+ touchdown scorer, and that's going to drive those odds. Are probably going to like double, maybe. Because 2+ touchdowns, usually the odds are pretty high for that stuff. And especially you add that in and make it a 5-leg parlay, which makes the odds even. So that's how I win, man. Like that's generally how I win my money. I do those crazy things.
Yeah.
And I do it live in the game on things I can. Like the touchdown scoring, like an Austin Eckler.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that guy made me so much money this year. I need to send him a
thank you
card. I'm not shitting you, dude. The second half of the season, I was betting him every week. He was in every parlay. He would score every time.
Right.
Adding that to like 3 things you were iffy about and they'd come through was great because you knew you had kind of a guarantee every week.
So, Robin, you don't have anything else on this one, do you?
Nope.
I mean, this game, what'll be fun is if Jacksonville scores first.
I like the over as well, to be honest with you.
Over.
1.5. The 52.5, I don't think they expect Jacksonville to do too much, but
if Jacksonville scores a touchdown first, it'll be a very interesting game. That would be really kind of a cool thing to happen. If they get up 7-0,
they get up 7-0, people are going to lose it.
That'd be weird.
Do you know who's calling the game? Is it Chris Collins? No,
well, yeah, I don't know. Well, they got to do something with these guys. I'll tell you, I love broadcasting. And Tony Romo and Chris Collinsworth may be the worst I've ever heard.
Romo. You don't like Romo?
He does what you say Collinsworth does.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind it because he does it over Josh Allen. Because everybody, like I did this week, talk shit about my quarterback all week. Do you believe none of those announcers even giving the Bills a chance? And everybody's picking Cincinnati.
It's an odd
sport, ESPN, and all that. Whenever you see that shit, you always bet the opposite.
Yes, you gotta love it.
It always happens, dude.
You got to be happy. They guarantee a win.
I was keep it up, baby. I love it.
That's why I'm surprised this line, though. We'll get to the Bills game, I guess. We'll get back there. Let's go to tomorrow night at 8:15.
Good.
The New York Giants. I got a little thing here, a little graphic. I might as well use it since I got it. There it is. The New York Giants are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. We have the Eagles at -7.5, over under of 48. Now in this game for me, I'm just going to go right to the game itself. I think the Eagles. Now here it is. This is a division game. 7.5 points.
Now take everything into account before you say all what you're about to say, buddy.
I once again think that sooner or later, the teams that are supposed to be good need to play good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you beat the Giants by 10, by whatever, 9, whatever it is, 7.5 is killing me though. I wish it was 6.5. That's the problem with this.
I love that 0.5.
I wish it was. I hate the 0.5.
I love it because I'm going to bet it.
No, because you like the Giants. I
love the Giants. I think
the Eagles are going to win. I think the Eagles might. Someone's going to get their ass kicked, and it hasn't happened yet.
I'm either going to be Nostradamusly correct,
right,
or I think it's going to be this bad. I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be really, really, really wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be close. I think if I'm wrong, it's going to be really, really wrong.
No, the thing that's killing me. This is why I wasn't so bad. The Chiefs don't scare me so much. What scares me is these guys already played twice, and they've played each other 1,000 years. Every year, they know each other from year after year.
That's people don't understand how big of a deal that really is.
There's just nothing else to show. You've shown it all
because they already know everything you're going to do. I mean, like that's another thing, and I don't mean to bring it up, but Buffalo and Miami, Buffalo. Everybody thought they should have pounded them harder, but they play the Jets close. They play Miami close. They usually the Patriots just out and out suck this year, so they really play them close. I think everybody who beat them pretty good, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's
like generally those teams, the interdivision teams, always generally it's a 3-point game usually. By most times it is. Unless Tom Brady is in the height of his career and he's just kicking you in the balls every Sunday like he did to us.
7.5. I want it. If it goes to 6.5, I'm going with the Eagles. That's a big if. But if it's at 7.5, I'm going to pass.
Why? If you see money hopping on the Giants, you're going to hop on the Eagles?
I'm hopping on the Eagles if this thing goes down. Yeah. If I can get this,
I'll keep my eye on that page that I usually look at.
Yeah.
I want to look at the sharp money. That's what I want to check on. I'll check the sharp money on that game. That should tell me something.
Robin, what are you thinking, or what do you like at all? I mean, even props, whatever you got.
If Jalen Hurts is healthy, which it sounds like he is, I love the Eagles. Minus the 7.5. Like you said, I just think it's about time they beat the hell out of someone, and this is the perfect time to do it. And I also like Daniel Jones under 214.5 passing yards. I think that the Eagles defense is just going to shut down the passing game.
He might run well.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go with the rushing yards for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. I mean,
44.5.
42.5.
That's small. Yeah.
It's every week has
small.
been like 40, 39, 40. Right. This is honestly, I think this is kind of the highest it's really been. It's usually like 39 or 40 always. I'm betting it over.
Over?
Oh,
yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure.
Yeah,
Those design runs they were doing last week, dude, they're pulling out all stops, dude.
Yeah, he's going to run.
He looked great. He looked great. I was like, what is going on? He looked like the Buffalo Bills.
He looked good.
He looked good. Exactly the type of play calls they did when they had a young Josh Allen run. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were pulling up. I think they weren't expecting it. I think that's another reason they beat them. I don't think they were expecting all that. I sure as shit didn't. I bet Saquon Barkley. I needed Barkley to be over 80 yards, dude. Listen to me. First quarter, he was at like 50.
Yeah.
He never had another rushing yard.
We had that too. Remember? Yeah. We had the same thing.
He did gain some, but he was caught in the backfield a few times and it negated it all. I sat there. I was losing my shit. My wife's messaging me, "Oh, you're golden, right?" She did one of them. Rookie betting.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at you. You're set. You're going to win. I'm like, I won't. I probably won't. It looks too easy because I had Isaiah Hodgins touchdown and I had who else did I had? I had two guys score touchdowns. 3 things were done in the first quarter. And he was at 50 yards. And I go, nope, something's going to happen and I'm not going to win. And sure as they never ran him. I'm like, dude, they gave the ball to Daniel Jones the rest of the game.
Yeah. We were on that too with Saquon Barkley. I don't know what we had it with, but the same damn thing. But you know what else you got to watch? The Giants offense is fun. I think the Giants defense is weak. And I just I don't know. They're going to have a hard time, I think, with the wide receivers.
Dude, if they get in there, John.
I just want the 6.5. That's all I want.
Think about this. Like I said earlier, man. If Hurts, you don't think they're going to try to sack him some specific way to fuck his shoulder up?
Oh, I assume.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that dude is definitely – there's no way his shoulder is okay. If this was regular season, he'd be out like 3 or 4 weeks. He said, no, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm coming back. Dude, I'm telling you, he's going to be a hit away from getting knocked out of that game. Seriously. I don't think if Thibodeau gets back there, dude, and if he labels him once, you don't think that's going to be on that dude's mind?
I'm curious. No, I know, but the Giants defense I was looking at them, and I don't pay attention to them much. They're not real good.
Not outstanding by any stretch. They're kind of average.
Yeah, they just aren't that good. They don't. Yeah.
But they get the job done, dude. You can't. The results are the results.
So, what do you think, Robin? Anything else on this game?
No.
With the Giants and Eagles,
I think I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I know you liked it.
Touchdowns. Sorry,
touchdowns.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Anytime touchdown scorers. If you're feeling saucy and you want to throw something on it, Jalen Hurts runs a lot of touchdowns in. So, I mean, he's notorious almost. He runs them in all the time. And honestly, I'm going to throw like probably $10 on Daniel Jones to run one in because he's like plus 600.
It's not bad. I mean, why not?
Isaiah Hodgins. I mean, I won't bet them all in one. I might. I might bet it all in one and maybe toss and sprinkle them into parlays. That's why I'm giving so many out because if you want to sprinkle them into parlays, because Isaiah Hodgins is like Daniel Jones' favorite target. Daniel Jones runs a lot. He stole a fucking touchdown from Saquon Barkley last week.
Yes, he did.
And I had him 2+ touchdowns on another bet. And Jalen Hurts generally runs one in almost every game. So those are, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but if you're feeling saucy, throw it into a parlay if you want. It'll make the odds go up for you.
So now we go on to the next Sunday afternoon. Why don't we do the, we're going to save the Bills game. No, fuck it. Bengals at Bills, 3:00. Buffalo right now -5.5, over-unders 48.5. When I first saw that line, I understand the offensive line. I know. I still didn't think it should be 5.5. I was expecting 3.5. I was expecting to, I think I said this on Facebook, take 2 points away from that Bills game and add it to the 49ers game. Like, that was what I was thinking. Like, 49ers should, instead of being -4, it should be -6, the 49ers, and the Bills should probably be about 3.5, maybe 4.
Should be about 3. I think.
5.5 is, that's why this is weird. Everyone's picking the Bengals. I've seen it myself. I was looking at some stuff like in the sporting news and everything else. Why is that line 5.5? It just seems, I mean, I understand. Kappa's hurt. Williams hurt.
Well, as soon as that came out, and it was definitely they were going to be out, that's when it went. And people must have hopped on it. It might have jumped up a point, and then people hopped on it.
And it goes 0.10. So for me in this game here, I think whatever Allen's rushing is, you might as well go over. That's just worth a shot. Go whatever the number is.
Shit's going out the window, dude. Win at all costs at this point. You have to.
He should be. I would always, but see, all year you were right.
He doesn't get hurt.
He
generally doesn't get hurt. That play he got hurt on, that really wasn't his fault. That wasn't him taking a hit. You have to, man. You have to do whatever you got to do. I'm worried Ken Dorsey's going to fuck this up. And I'm not lying. I'm nervous. I told you before about his play calling. He makes me nervous. Like last week, when they kept throwing it down the field, I'm like, dude, it's 3rd down. You just threw it down the field 2 plays in a row. You just blew it. Why didn't you, you weren't really blowing him out. I mean, I was seeing it from where I was sitting. So I don't know if it was that obvious he was wide open or something. I don't know. But I was so mad because I'm like, why are we 3 and outs against this team right now? We shouldn't be.
Right. No,
I was getting pissed.
I'm going to say that I think we talked about this before. I just think, to me, this game is so tight and so close. Don't you think? It's one of those things, I think you have turnovers. Turnovers got to be under control by either team. I mean, if you give people extra possessions, I think that's tough.
Joe had a few turnovers last week, too. Right. The same thing. I mean, they didn't say a word about it, but they concentrate on Josh, of course.
Neither team, though, really impressed last week, right? Neither team.
They both played division opponents. One's got 3rd string, one's got backup quarterback, 2nd string, whatever. They're not at full strength, and they didn't look good. I don't think both teams look good. I don't think either of them looked like they should. Both of them looked like they were about to get beat.
They could have gotten beat.
I mean, Cincinnati was a hell of a lot closer to getting beat than the Bills were. I mean, they were a dumb play away. He was supposed to go under, and he went over. He made the decision on his own. I guess that came out. He made the decision.
Right.
I thought that dude played a hell of a game, dude. He really did.
But and I'll tell you,
have that guy.
47.5 on Josh Allen's rushing.
Yeah, go over.
Oh my gosh, really? That's it?
I'll take the over.
Because they've been holding him back, dude. I'm telling you. That's why that's so low.
This is going to be where I think there is the emotional shit is on both sides. Hamlin, it's not going to matter what he does. He can come out, he can do whatever. Both teams are, they both were affected by this. So that whole thing I think is a wash. God, I have a hard time with this game because this could be, I feel as though this could be the end of the road for the Bills because this might be the AFC Championship game right here. I don't, maybe I'm not giving the Chiefs enough, I guess credit would be the right word or whatever. This game here, it's, I don't know. I feel like you've got 2 teams that are almost, I almost feel like it's an identical look to them.
I think the difference is going to be that offensive line injuries.
It could be.
I think that's going to put the Bills over the top over him. I think they're going to get pressure on Burrow. I think he's going to be rushed into some stuff. I think he might take a few sacks. Well, he's used to that anyway. But I think Buffalo's backfield with Jordan Poyer's awesome, dude. Do you know they're undefeated this year when he's played?
I did not know that.
The only games Buffalo lost were the games that Poyer did not play. Not saying that that's the reason why, but it's part of the reason why.
Well, you're undefeated.
And I'm about to mention that as well. So if you're betting and you want to bet with your heart, right? Yeah, well, maybe your head as well. Every game that my daughter and I have attended,
Right.
my daughter's decided to start going last year. Every game we went to, Buffalo won.
5-0.
This year we went to 5 games. Every game we went to, Buffalo won. Now I wasn't paying attention to that. My daughter sat next to me after the game last week, and she said, "Do you realize that we were sitting in the living room when we got back, and she said, "Do you realize every game we went to, they've won?" I'm like, that means we have to go to the game because now you have it in my head. Now you have it in my head.
Yeah, right.
Now,
right.
If I don't, I'm going to blame it on myself.
I'm
superstitious like a weirdo.
No,
so I put it on Facebook, and then within I don't know, I bet you it was about once I posted that we were undefeated when me and her went to the games. I think it was within an hour I got a phone call, and my buddy Eric was like, "Hey, dude, I got I don't know that he saw the post. I know it was one of the guys that went to the tailgate. Hey, what isn't going to be going to the game, or the people can't go to the game, so they told me I'd be the first person they call, and it just so happened that I got lucky enough that I'm able to go because they have somewhere to be." Nice. So I said, "Yes, sir, Sarah, I'll take those tickets, my friend, and we will continue the lucky streak." Right. And then my wife looked at me and said, "I shit you not." She looked at me and she said, "So what if they win?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She's like, "What if they win? Are you gonna? You're gonna have to go."
To Atlanta.
I looked at her and I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" And she's like, "You're gonna have to go." I'm like, now I feel compelled that I have to go. And then I went and looked at tickets and they were all sold out already.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. You'd have to
scout. All the Buffalo side is sold out already, and all the Kansas City side is left open.
Nobody will sit over there.
It's all blue. Yeah, but they're not.
Oh, they're not allowing it.
I can't get them. Maybe my VPN.
Right, VPN. Yeah. So I'm going to say this. This reminds me of the Giants game. I hate the number. I've been picking the Bills every freaking week, and I feel like this is too high for this game. I just don't think this is going to be a blowout. It ain't a blowout to win by 7 for sure. I mean, it's not a blowout. But these two teams' defenses are good.
I think it's going to come down to a field goal.
I do too, and I think you got to go with the Bengals plus the points. I mean, if you want to give the Bengals a thing,
5.5 points. That's a lot of points for a playoff game, man. Honestly, John, I already told you, I will take the points. I expect I'm betting Buffalo Bills money line, but 5.5 points is too many points.
It don't make sense. It just offensive line.
If it was 3, I wouldn't touch it.
Right.
Honestly, I wouldn't touch it if it was 3 points. 5.5 points, too many points.
2.5, 3.5 would change. If it was 2.5, I know which way I'd go. I'd go Buffalo, but at 3.5, I go Bengals. Right. I mean, if I'm betting this game, which I may not, I might just go on props alone.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even think I'm going to bet it. I'm going to stay away from it because it's good mojo if I don't bet the game. I don't ever like to bet against Buffalo, so I don't.
I think Cincinnati has what it takes. They're the ones. There's something about Joe Burrow that says he wins.
He's got everybody mystified. He is super cool, but everybody is so enamored with this guy.
Well, because he's good. He wins. He wins.
You know what it is? That he sits there and he's got no emotion. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, he does.
Like when he's in interviews, he's just like he's not fazed by anything really. It doesn't seem like. And
he never was, even at Ohio State.
That's a good personality to have if you're a quarterback, dude. If you're real, because then you're not bothered as much by things, you know.
And he's had his ass beat before. I mean, I think here's how I see this game. I swear to you, this is how I see it. This is how I see it ending. If the Bills or the Bengals turn the ball over, they're going to lose. Whoever doesn't turn it over more or
turn it over,
just stop turning the ball over. I mean fumbles. I don't even care about interceptions. Whatever it is,
if you get a wild amount of turnovers, if you get about 3 turnovers, you're losing the game.
Don't let them have extra possessions, I guess is what I'm saying.
You better have field goals.
Yes, you got to hit. You got to make touchdowns this week. This week
week, dude. You can't be making field goals.
You go for it on 4th down. You do a lot of stuff this week. This is going to be good. This is going to be a good one.
Let's look at the
prop bets. Let's go, Robin. What do you got?
I also like Cincinnati plus the 5.5. And prop bet wise, I like Joe Mixon over 46.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
run him like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, but I guess he only had like 20 yards last. Didn't he have only like 20 yards last week after the offensive line got hurt? That's what I heard somebody say. I don't know.
I don't know either.
He really, his yards were pretty low, and I think that's why his yardage is at 46.
I like it.
I want to look it up because I think it and I just don't want you to get bit by that.
No, I don't care. They could put.
Well, the thing is, they're going to give it to. They have to give him the
That's
ball.
what I mean. They're just going to. I think they're going to give him the ball so many
They're gonna
times
have
that
to.
they could run behind. He could run behind anyone.
Because that would be changing the way they play. I don't know what they. Yeah, I mean, what's his receptions would be interesting too. They don't use him as much.
He was 11 for 39 yards last week.
11 for 30.
He caught 3 passes for 17 yards. I don't know how common it is for him to catch passes.
He should.
He
used to in Oklahoma. I don't know what the hell happened here. I thought he was. I thought he'd be a guy who'd get like 50. I don't know.
I had him in fantasy this year. He does.
He does catch
Yeah.
the ball. All right. Anyone else that you like in these?
That's all I like in this game.
What about you, Scott? You got to have
All
some.
right. I love Gabe Davis plus 160 for an anytime touchdown.
Sure, he's Mr. Touchdown, Mr. Playoff.
I love Jamar Chase at plus 125 for an anytime touchdown. I love Stephon Diggs plus 105 for an anytime touchdown. Sprinkle it in however you want. I'm not really sure how you want to do that. Anybody, but those are the only ones I like for touchdowns.
I'm going to say I like Dawson Knox to score a touchdown. I do it because
I'm sorry, I'm picking all these people, but that's too many for the Bills to be scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I'd probably take it's one either Steph or Gabe. I'd have to take off that. Probably. God, that's hard. Gabe scores touchdowns in the playoffs, man. Maybe Steph. Steph will probably get the yardage, but he might not get a touchdown.
And I would love to see whoever the tight end is for Cincinnati too. Who is it this week? Is it still
Hayden Hurst?
Is it still Hayden Hurst?
Oh, I'd pick Hayden Hurst to maybe score a touchdown.
Yeah, I'd love to throw that in there too because you can see
where's he at there. He's got he is plus shit. Sorry.
It's all right.
It just jumped right out. There it is again. Okay. Anytime touchdown score. Hayden Hurst. I just saw him a second ago. Man, plus 320. That's nice.
Plus 320. He's worth a shot.
Yeah, I could see that. Buffalo has a tough time with tight ends.
So now, that game, 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. I think we beat that one down. We talked to Nick about it in the beginning. It's going to be good. It's what we've all been waiting for, and it should be a great one. At 6:30 p.m. Boy, this reminds me of this brings you back to the catch and all the different things that happen between these two teams. The Cowboys are at the 49ers. I don't understand why this line's only -4.
Let me say something.
This here, I really like the 49ers.
I do too.
I really do. I like them to cover the spread. I like them. I think they're a little bit disrespected. I think that Purdy, the way he played, he threw for he was 330, 3 touchdowns, and he rushed one in. I don't think anything shakes him either. Did
you hear those guys today? I was listening in the morning. I'll listen to Get Up. I'll listen to Jay Willemax. I'll listen to Shine on Sports.
Right.
And I go to McAfee and I jump, right? And I hear them all talk about I hear them touch every topic, every game, right? Get Up. They should have just ran over to the Dallas Cowboys and just, blah, 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 because I cannot believe the way they were talking about the 49ers. Dude, they were talking as if the 49ers don't kind of have a chance. I honestly expect Dallas to get whooped like they always do because Dak is Dak, and he's going to give the game away because that's what Dak does.
And again, yes, and again, they played a bad team that shouldn't have been there. Tampa was not good. They had no business at 8-9 being in the playoffs.
Diggs is a good corner, but let me tell you, dude, that guy's caught out of place more than he's not because he's always going for the interception.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've seen him get burned completely by people? It happens to him all the time.
I think this 49ers team, they're very good. I did not respect them much either, but then that defense is unbelievable. They're the best defense in the league. I mean, that's enough to win a Super Bowl. If Purdy plays like this and doesn't become all of a sudden the 7th round pick, geez, they can win it. They could win it all.
Everybody's expecting is going to happen this week is what
that he comes. Yeah, I don't know. I think they, and you got McCaffrey, you got all the things you need to around him. You know what I mean? To where you don't have to really make it all about him. With a great defense, we've seen quarterbacks of lesser quality win championships. We've seen it.
Oh, really? You mean Ravens?
Yeah, right. The Ravens.
Jesus Christ, they rolled the defense and the running back to the ground.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Even like Hostetler and guys like that. I mean, these guys were good. But anyways, love the 49ers. Love them. I think they're my favorite. They're probably my favorite play of the week. The Eagles game gets me because of the 7.5. I'd have to say the 49ers are my favorite. I would do, I think -4. I really thought it was going to be -6 or something. I was expecting to see a 6 in there or a 6.5, which might have gave me a little thought, but 4 is light.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get why it's so light. Dallas did not, I didn't see anything that really drew me. I mean, I said something online where, and this is obvious, if Dak plays like that, maybe they give San Francisco a tough time. But you're probably not going to see that because they were playing Tampa, who pretty much mailed it in. And I do. I love the 49ers. Robin, do you have anything?
I'm not being rude. Just I'm looking. I'm looking up something for me to.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Prop bet here in 1 second. I'm just checking something.
Let's catch Robin's. What do you got?
I do like the 49ers as well, -4. I like Ayuk over 53.5 receiving yards. I think if Diggs sticks on Debo, I think it's going to open up Ayuk for a lot of yards. And I like Zeke for an anytime touchdown.
I like that. Yeah. They got to start using him like a fullback or something, I assume. I find it hard to believe that they'll be able to get anything going against the 49ers defense. I think it's going to be a difficult day. And I look forward to it. I look forward. I'll tell you this. What did that finals? Does anyone remember the final score of the Tampa-Dallas game? How did that game end? That ended. What was it?
I'm sorry.
What was the final? That Dallas-Tampa game. Do you remember? What was the final score of that game? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. But
I'll tell you right now.
At any point, because Tampa
31-14.
Right, because Tampa just can't score. They were so bad.
Right.
They were actually worse than Tennessee. They were the worst team in the playoffs. They were worse than Miami was playing with a third-string quarterback.
I think it was like, what, 24-0 at one point before they scored the touchdown?
It was horrible. They should not. The NFL's got to think about something. They'll never do it because that'd mean you have to screw the divisions. But my God, you might enough with these teams making it at 7-9 or whatever the hell they are. I almost wish they do like they do in the NHL or NBA, but they'll never do it. You just have the top 8 and just play, but you'll never have that.
Ready? Okay, ready for after I did my research there for a second.
Yeah, what do you got?
Look it up. Now, minus the game that Brock Purdy came in relief for Garoppolo, every game after that, here's your prop bet, baby. Out of all the rest of those games, and there's many, I don't know, what's there, about 8?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he's got quite a leg of work. There's only one game, and it was the first game he started. Every game after that, George Kittle has caught a touchdown in every single game.
He's got to be involved. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
In three of those games, he's had multiple touchdowns. I always bet somebody like that as a 2+ guy, 2+ touchdown somewhere, just in one of the bets that I'm taking a chance on. I'm not telling people put a lot of money on it, but more often than not, when you see a trend like that, it's going to happen. And everybody can see that it's most likely going to happen with Kittle. It happens every week.
Love that guy. Yeah, I can't even believe I didn't
put that, dude. I mean, he's an automatic. I usually bet him and McCaffrey right together in a bet because he's another one that's a guarantee. He's pretty much a guarantee. I would say him and McCaffrey. I would bet them both touchdown on the prop bet for sure.
And you definitely like them minus the 4. I mean, I think
my God, I think it should be worse. I think it should be like 6.
I was going. That's what I was saying.
Everybody's giving Dallas too many props, and I don't know why.
It's weird. I don't know why.
You don't forget what happened through all the last few weeks of the season, how bad they played.
Yeah. It's funny looking at this and looking at the AFC side, and And then it's funny looking at the NFC side, I guess same thing. When you see like, I can't believe there's other than the Chiefs, there's not another NFC West team in there. Like it's just unbelievable after the way we started the season way back when, and we all thought how good they were going to be. And my God, they're just, I mean, and then you look and you got 3 NFC East teams in here. It's insane.
I did say, I mean, they didn't make it all the way, but I did have a pretty good run with the Minnesota Vikings there for a while.
Yeah, and they did.
They definitely did. They definitely they
do what they do,
but they ended up being frauds. But I definitely picked them to go to the Super Bowl against the Bills. But they did pretty good. I mean, they made it pretty far. They looked legit for a little bit, and then everybody called them a fraud. How bad is that?
How
horrible is that, dude?
You know who the fraud is, and it's about time, is Kirk Cousins. It's time to find another guy.
Yeah, he's a fraud. He's an average quarterback.
He's the one that you got to move. If they never move on from him, they never, I don't believe, ever go anywhere.
Ooh, old Kirko Chains.
Yeah, you let him go at this point because you got that guy, that wide receiver. My God, he won them games.
Could you imagine him with Aaron fucking Rodgers or something like that?
Oh my God! Oh, it'd be like Brett Favre all over again. Rodgers for the Vikings.
God.
Oh my God! If he stays in the NFC Central or not Central North, I'm going to lose my mind.
It'll never happen. They got to trade him. There's no way they would trade him within the same division. That ain't going to happen.
By the way, 66% we were last week.
Oh wow, 66% last week for everyone and for ourselves. Great. This podcast,
our playoff.
Okay, we're playoff performers. That's great. Kind of like your guy Gabe Davis. He doesn't drop things in the playoffs. Isn't that nuts? After all that shit we talked about him.
Well, did you see him yesterday? Did you see the little interview with him?
No.
Okay, shut up, you. I know I'm running over. You need to relax. They caught up to him, and because he was supposed to be on the Pat McAfee show, and at practice went late and everything. And then I saw the clip of him on Twitter, and they showed him, and he was like, I guess he worked for like another hour and a half after practice on the jugs machine.
Yeah, well,
he said, "I did it because I need my teammates to know they can trust me." And I'm like, he knows he's dropping too much.
Yeah,
this one's gonna get a knock in a minute.
Oh. We'll let you go. You got to go. We're over. I know you guys are calling.
Yes, folks, I will be at the game.
Yeah, more pictures for us.
That means we're gonna win. Yes, you know what? I gotta start sending them to you. But I'll send some. I'll send you right from the lot. I'll make sure.
Send them, and we can put them on. And I hope everyone enjoy.
Take pictures of the food.
Oh yeah, take pictures of the food. Robin likes to see.
Last week was. I don't know what this week is. Last week they brought, and these are the fireman dudes. I don't know if they hook it up in the kitchen and do it or what. And we got all these people that bring food from wherever. We had roast beef, chili, and then people bring all kinds of wild, weird shit that I've never had before. I've honestly never been to so many tailgates where there's a bunch of food that I've honestly never had in my life.
One of the most disgusting things I ever seen, and this is just because they're playing the Bengals and, Cincinnati, that spaghetti where they put chili on top and then a mountain of cheddar cheese. That is the weirdest looking. That's like their thing in Cincinnati. That's their thing. Skyline chili, it's called. And they put it on. Oh, it's so bad looking. Oh,
it kind of looks good.
No, it looks good to you?
Love that.
On spaghetti? You're going to put that shit on there and then throw the.
I eat anything on spaghetti.
Yeah, we'll
pasta with those kidney beans. Oh, shit.
We're going to have to talk about heritage. Anyways, why don't we get the hell out of here? Nick Sabato, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nick.
And we're going to reach back out to him. Scott, be safe out there and have a good time.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yep. Everyone enjoy the games and bet what you can.
That's safe.
Don't bet the rent. Yes. All right, everybody. Take care.